For anyone that wants to chime in on it, there's no order or anything like that. So I got a series of questions here. So it starts off with styling is an experience, it's an expression of yourself. How important is that for men, for you gentlemen?
I mean, for us, or for the men, for the men in your audience, or just general?
General.
I would say, it's very individual, to really be honest, because for some people, it's not a priority, and that's quite fine. So I feel, in this room, we want to deal with people who are interested and who feel that it's important. So I grew up in a household, and literally it's on my website, which is nyfashiongeek.com. I have a page dedicated to my family, because I always say literally since birth, I've been fly, because my family stressed the importance of dressing well, starting with my mom and continuing on with my late grandparents. Now, I never ever thought I was going to have a business pertaining to it at all. But ever since high school, I always helped my friends out and gave suggestions. And it was only until, just 2 or 3 years ago that a friend of mine nudged me and said, hey, you should do this as a business, because I've always taken for granted the ability to create a look. So I didn't realize that the majority of the men's world does not know how to do that. So again, it really is individual.
I feel like I would answer it from an individual standpoint, and I would answer it as far as how I feel all men should look at styling and the importance of it. From an individual standpoint, I'm similar to Mr. Ferguson, as I must just say a long time, I probably took styling for granted. It was just something that I was kind of naturally able to do. I couldn't even tell you when I started my love affair with fashion. I know my mom had a lot to do with that, but I couldn't tell you when I started. But for me, it's just something that's kind of subconscious. But with that being said, as a younger man, I was in the streets, and we don't make the rules. As men, we don't make the rules when it comes to life and living life. The only thing we can do is play the game as best we can. And as a man of color, you're oftentimes looked at by that first impression, which is whatever people see. So what I would say to all gentlemen who take fashion and styling as an afterthought, is not important to them, especially younger gentlemen, rethink that, because if you can make it easier for yourself when you step outside your door, why not? That doesn't make you a sellout or any negative connotation. It just means you want to play, you playing the game a certain way, and you're trying to play to win. So if you need to do this or do that, maybe presenting that first impression, which is what people actually see before you open your mouth, a lot of times that's what people are going to judge you by, is what they see. So if your pants are sagging 3 inches below your waist, or your shoes are untied, or you're not groomed properly, people are going to think whatever they're going to think. But if you step outside and you look like Mr. Ferguson, that could make your path to whatever your goal is just a little bit more easier. So I would contend that styling should be important to everyone, but especially men.
I co-sign on that. I totally agree. I have people here. Boy, if I butcher your handle, is because I don't have glasses, and when I wear them, I can't see a certain type of distance. So I apologize as of now. Boy Stole Leaders says yes, and ZO1123 says #facts. You got people from Puerto Rico up in here. Diaz Luz, agree. And by Dolphin Fashion, good teaching. got people from all over. I agree with you. I totally agree. Why are you still dressing like you're 14 or 15? Like
Right.
a t-shirt? Like, I just don't understand it. And I'm like invest in a blazer. Like, how important is it, you know, to have all these other pieces, which I'm going to discuss further into that. But I you know, I was just curious on how your opinions were on that subject. So,
Well, I have 4 children, and my sons are 22 and 20. And growing up, I didn't really force my style on them like that. Now, I'll never forget that there was a time where my now 20-year-old came to me and said, "Dad, can you pick my clothes out for me tomorrow?" And I hadn't picked his clothes out. I hadn't picked up the boys' clothes out in a couple years. And I said, yeah, sure. I'm going to dress you like how I like to see you dress. He said, yeah, that's why I'm asking you. I said, okay. So the oldest also said, do me too. So I picked both of their clothes out. They wore the clothes. They both came home and said they had amazing days at school. The teachers wanted them to do everything for them. They were nice, much nicer to them. I said, that's because of how you look. It's because of how you look. And I said, I sat them both down and I said, look, it sucks that this is how the world is, but this is how the world is. When you leave out the house, nobody cares about you but you once you leave out this house. There's nothing I can do for you while I'm here or I'm at work and you're at school. So you have to take care of yourself. And one of the best ways to make it a little bit easier on you is to dress well. And they understood that, and they did it for a while, but they just couldn't, you know, the peers around them, they couldn't stick with it. Now, my grandson, me and his mom, my daughter, no, we're on him. He's only 3, but I mean, he has equestrian boots, he has blazers, he has bow ties. We don't play. Yes, because we want him to, we want him to be like Ferguson. We want him to be like Mr. Ferguson, where it's an afterthought. He didn't even think about it. If she says to him, son, pick your clothes out for preschool tomorrow, I would expect for him to be able to go grab a pair of chinos, an Oxford shirt, and even know how it's supposed to be styled, just off memory. So
absolutely,
I wish I had been more of a stickler with my sons, but as far as my grandson's concerned, he's going to be on point.
It's never too late. They're gonna jump on. They're gonna follow you before
they
you
will.
To follow you.
They're still young. They're still young.
Whole thing on that because I have a lot of emotions on that. Trust. It's all a numbers game when it comes to that and craziness there. But I agree. Now, I want to know from either of you, what are the key pieces any male should own in their wardrobe? What can they start off with now?
Sure. I mean, it's funny you mentioned that because if anyone goes to the link in my bio, I actually give a free guide of the 10 things that every man should own. So, I mean, to me, obviously, we have to understand what do they currently have, because it's about building a foundation. So what I'm about to say is going to be in no particular order, and Mr. Parker's going to dovetail nicely.
And don't give all 10. You want everybody to still come to your website. Don't give all 10. Just give 1 or 2.
Okay, I'll give 1. And then
you can do 3.
We'll go back and forth until she stops.
If that's cool.
All right, I'll hand it off to my partner here. So you have to have a really good pair of leather shoes. To Mr. Parker's point, whether they're Bros or Oxfords. And to me, though, as a child, the main color started as black and then it went to brown. I would say now, I would advise anyone to get a nice solid pair of brown shoes. And the one thing that Mr. Parker hinted at, but I think he didn't finish his thought, is that his dad and his grandpa, no different than my grandpa, they polished their shoes, one as a ritual. And that was probably for my late grandfather, meditative time, to be honest. To just line up all his shoes. And he had a boot black kit. And I'm cherished enough that I actually had that kit now. And he gave it to me actually before he passed. So it was really cool. And I use it. Point is, the one thing we haven't talked about, and I use it to be in vogue, but if we're talking about sustainability, classic menswear is probably the lead vote getter for that. Because if you're getting a very good pair of shoes that have a Goodyear welt, we're talking about a shoe that should be minimum 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
If you do the proper upkeep.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Because not to cut you, I have a couple of shoes that I have that are like 20, 30 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So that, to me, that's my starting point. I'll hand it off to Mr. Parker now.
I'm going to say every man should have at least one navy blue blazer. And depending on where you live, if it does get cold at any point in time during the year, one tweed blazer. Reason being, you can take that navy blue blazer and that tweed blazer and you can dress it up or dress it down 24 different ways for each piece. Navy blue blazers with denim, navy blue blazers with dress slacks, tweed with I've been known to wear a tweed blazer with sweats, with sweatpants and joggers, and pull that look off. But those two pieces are good building blocks. You can layer them, or you can keep it light with a nice crispy t-shirt, a graphic tee or something like that up under. But it's a good way to start off building your wardrobe. It's a good way to start off just building different ensembles and just kind of try to determine what style best suits you. The best way to start that to me is a navy blue blazer and a tweed blazer. Now, obviously, tweed is more fall, winter, and early spring, but that navy blue blazer, if it's a quality wool, year round.
Yeah,
you can wear it year
summer
round.
Hot Topic, men's short inseam, 5 inches inseam, yay or nay?
No.
I mean,
5 is too short. I have 6-inch, but I also have short legs. My inseam is only a 31-inch. So I think it depends on your leg length. I just think 5 is just way too short for a man. Me personally.
yeah, right. I mean,
friends,
you know,
right?
We're both here. We're both. Yeah, I know him. I know him through the gram. I mean, obviously, ultimately, it's about proportion. To Mr. Parker's point, I mean, I'm taller than Parker and I'm taller than Ray, so I like a length. So I think 5-inch a danger zone. You know, to be honest.
How tall are you, Mr. Ferguson?
He's laughing. He's like, conversational question. Ha ha ha.
I'm 6'2".
Okay, I'm 6'4". I just got short legs.
Yeah, you
very short legs. Don't ask me to explain it.
No. Right? Yeah, you really.
Yeah, my torso is amazingly long.
Right? Yeah, exactly. And I'm all legs.
Mm-hmm.
So
you just to wear socks with your boat shoes, your Sperry's or your Allen Edmonds or whatever. Like, you did not wear socks. And certain Ivy League circles and cultures, they didn't wear socks year round. So they would have on a nice pair of chinos and maybe an Argyle sweater and some Allen Edmonds or something of that nature on their feet, and no socks in December. So it's not new. It's just something that has maybe bled over into more cultures. And whenever something different comes into a particular culture or circle, it's always going to be met with resistance. I don't know about that. I don't know if I like that. But as far as preppy and ivy and trad, no socks, or as they call it, going raw, that's been the thing. Some men, when we talk privately, when I talk privately with some men, whether it's reaching out just for a question here or there, or maybe they actually want to hire me for services, a lot of men will say, man, I want to be able to dress like you or whatever. And I always take it as a compliment. I know sometimes it's tongue in cheek because some of these guys I actually know. So I know you're not wanting to literally dress like me, but I get what you're saying. with that being said, I guess if I was to give a little tidbit, just make sure that whatever you do when it comes to styling, make sure it's something that you're comfortable with. If you're not comfortable with it, you're not going to pull it off. You're not. You could be 6'2", perfect skin tone, perfect 1% body fat, of a high education, great personality, great sense of humor. If you try to wear a patchwork blazer and you're not comfortable in it, it's not going to look good on you.
Yeah,
there's absolutely no way that it's going to look good on you. There have been times that I have put ensembles together and I look in the mirror and I'm like, I don't know. And then I look in the mirror again and say, but I'm me. So yeah, I do know it'll work. And I walk out the door and I get, the same type of attention, whatever attention that is, that I get when I get dressed and go out. So it's just being able to have the confidence to say, yes, I like this on me. I can do this or whatever. If you're not comfortable in it, don't put it on. Don't wear it out the house because it's not going to work.
I like that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that someone just wrote, Ted Walker 25. Love that advice. You definitely have to feel confident in what it is that you're wearing. You definitely have to. I mean, I think everybody, like what you just said, I know I've gone through that to myself. I'm trying a bunch of stuff and then it's like, no, wait a minute. This is my style. This is my signature. This is who I am. Mm-hmm. Love me or don't love me at all. Don't look me. Don't look my way. It's all good. I'm not gonna,
right.
That's a pretty good, yeah, everyone is like, oh, your friend Ray from New York, 100. He's like 100. I love that. Lexus 22 vintage 100. That's nice. Is there anything else that you guys want to add on to the styling? Like, is there anything else that you would like to let your audience know or share with all our audience?
Sure. Become a client. Become a client of mine. Become a client of Mr. Parker's. So follow us on Instagram. Do a link to my bio. Like I said, I have that guide. It's a PDF. I also have a podcast for my business. It's called the Fashion Geeks. Also, you can find that link in my bio. Website, the whole nine. But we're here, said Nadine earlier, we are a collective and a collaborative space here, so we can help. This is what we do, so become clients.
Definitely become clients. I'm not looking to get rich, but I am charging for stuff that you won't get on my vlog. So my vlog is called Seamless Style. It's on YouTube. It's on my page, which is Mr. Parker 1967. But you could also type in Seamless Style, 2 words spelled properly. And if you haven't seen a Seamless Style vlog, you have about 66 episodes you need to catch up on. 67 will drop this Sunday. But I usually drop every Sunday, and as a lot of my my loyal followers and clients can attest to, I hate spring and summer. So last spring and summer, I shut down until September. I didn't do anything over the summer as far as my vlog, but my followers have requested that I at least do something once a month or maybe even once every 2 weeks over the summer months. So I'm going to attempt to do that, but hit the bell, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and tell a friend, and you'll get notifications for a Seamless Style vlog. If you do want to hire me, I like to work through DM and through DM video. One of my most popular services, because it's easy, it's the least expensive, and it's something that can be done, and I can guarantee you some level of success as far as building your wardrobe. It's similar to Raid Your Closet. We'll get on a video chat in IG, and you just take me through your closets and tell me what you're looking to do. And you know, if I see something, okay, pull that out, and then we'll, you know, do it like that. And I give you, you know, for whatever amount of money, I'm willing to give you an hour or two just on the video, just so we can, because at the end of the day, yes, I would like to be compensated for whatever level of expertise I have, but it's also fun. This is fun for us. We like doing what we do. So yes, you have to pay us for certain things, but we also have fun with it. So, you know, keep that in mind, you know, when you're reaching out to us.
Definitely.
And definitely check out Raid Your Closet every Wednesday. Fellas, let me tell you, I've seen a couple of Raid Your Closets. A lot of times I have to go back and watch them. I may miss it on Wednesday night for whatever reason, but the Raid Your Closet sessions are pretty cool. For a woman to join the live with Nadine, and to see women reach out to other women and help each other like that, just with their fashion and style, it's just a really cool thing. And you know, a Raid Your Closet session could be anywhere from a 30-minute episode to an hour plus. But you'll sit there and watch it and have a few laughs and make little comments, and before you know it, you sat there for an hour with Nadine and her guest, and you know, it's a really cool thing. So definitely, her show is definitely not just for women. Everybody should check it out.
Thank you for that.
Yes, ma'am.